Hi, it has been quite some time since I last made a video. I don't have any reason for it. Apologies for that. I don't think anybody really missed me, but apologies nonetheless. Today we're going to talk about something quite serious, or something that could have been quite serious had it not been not serious. We are going to talk about a lump on my neck. So, for the past, I would say 2 years, more than 2 years really, I would say maybe 2.5 years, I have had this tiny lump on the side of my neck, and it's completely invisible to the naked eye. I can feel it now as I'm moving my hand, but it's not visible at all. So it's tiny, it seems insignificant, but obviously when you hear lump, you jump to the worst case scenario at all times. So when I originally felt this, it was January 2016. So I felt the lump, I was like, okay, that's not normal. I'm going to go to my GP and get that checked. So I went to the GP, explained this thing was here, and I had no other symptoms, no other complaints, ailments, anything. And so she was like, it is more than likely just nothing. It's probably a lymph node. She even said that at the time. She said it was probably just a lymph node that hadn't gone down when I had been sick before, because your glands and your lymph nodes and whatever else, they swell when you get an infection, and when you're better they reduce down again. So after that visit, the lump didn't go away. It stayed there for another, I'd say 4 or 5 months, and so I went back and I was like, hey, this lump is still here, it's really worrying me. And again, the doctor was like, oh, it's probably nothing, don't be worrying. But I was quite insistent, so I was like, no, I'm really not happy with this. So she was like, okay, we'll give you a blood test just to clear your mind. At that point in time, I didn't know that a blood test actually can't test for the most kind of sinister thing that can arise from a lump in your neck, which would be Hodgkins Lymphoma or cancer. It can't test for that really. So that was a bit of a pain, but I got the blood test and got the results, and it came back about 2 weeks later saying that I did have a little bit of an infection, and that was probably why the lymph node was flaring up a little bit. So then I was like, okay, grand, whatever, let's hope it goes away. Guess what? It didn't go away. It stayed, and it made me panic even more. So for the 3rd time I went back to my GP, and it was a different doctor this time because we go to kind of a clinic which has like several GPs. Went back and he was like, you're being really paranoid, I literally can't feel this lump. And to be fair, it's really hard to feel, like it is so tiny you would not know it's there. So he was like, yep, you're being paranoid, go home. In far nicer terms. He didn't say that specifically to me, but I felt a little bit dismissed afterwards, I would say. So then I kind of shrugged it off for a while, I guess. I hoped it would go away by itself. I'm not sure if you could hear those sirens or not, I hope you couldn't. So then I shrugged it off for a while, hoped it would go away. It didn't go away, it stayed there, and it has been there that whole time. So fast forward to May 2018. At this point in time, the lump was still there, and I was like, okay, that is not normal. You don't just get lumps on your neck. So I went to my college doctor this time, and he was like, okay, we'll give you a blood test. And I was like, I've had a blood test before, but okay, whatever. That came back saying that I was anemic, which is completely irrelevant to the whole neck lump thing, but whatever. So that was inconclusive in terms of the neck lump issue. So then he was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that lump is nothing, but we're gonna get you an ultrasound anyway, to be sure, to be sure. And I was like, yes, finally we're getting results, we're getting some kind of clear answer. And then there was a whole big kerfuffle about me getting a scan that I'm not going to go into in this video because it's not worth it. But basically I was meant to get an appointment much sooner than I did, and it was very complicated. But yeah, so he wanted to send me for a scan, and at that point in time I was anxious because I had never been sent for a scan before. So I was like, oh, what if he's felt something or seen something that he thinks is abnormal? And then over the summer another little nodule popped up and I was like, oh shit, what do I do? So now at this point in time, I'd say kind of mid-July, I had, switch back that hair, I had a lump just here and I had a lump just up here as well, which again I can feel when I do this, but it's so hard to feel. And I swear to God, every single time I went to the GP, I couldn't feel those fucking lumps and they would be like, we can't feel it, you're probably being paranoid. And I'm like, no, they're definitely there. So fast forward to the present moment, I got my scan, my ultrasound. That was this week. It was fine. It was a fine experience. Like, it was not painful at all. I did have to lie down, and if you have long hair and you're getting an ultrasound of your neck, do tie your hair back because it helps. The radiologist was only meant to scan this part of my neck where I said that I had the lump and everything, but he was really, really thorough. He went all up, all like here and everything else, all here, around here as well, behind my ears, all here and actually everywhere, like up here and everything. So I got that and he was like, yes, you definitely do have a lymph node here, a lymph node here, and a little nodule on my thyroid. And I was like, yes, I knew it, I knew they were there. I wasn't being paranoid at all, which was so reassuring because all this time I had been told, oh, they're so small, you can't feel them, they're probably nothing. But it was that probably, I was like, that little probably could be something sinister. And you do hear of stories where like some people don't even have lumps and it ends up being something sinister. So I was very validated by that whole experience, and then following that scan I was told, yep, you look fine, they're probably normal, they're just swollen lymph nodes, they don't look sinister. The nodule on your thyroid is really common, a lot of people have them, so nothing to worry about. So obviously I was wildly reassured after this, like so happy, because it's just so hard to be dismissed so many times and then be worrying that it could be something very, very sinister. So why am I making this video? The reason I am making this video is because of my own experience with this whole neck lump business. I have been scared shitless on and off for about 2 years now, thinking that I might have cancer, basically, because a lot of cases of Hodgkins lymphoma, and I think non-Hodgkins as well, they start with a lump in the neck, and you may develop other symptoms like night sweats, like really drenching night sweats, and itchiness and general being run down, etc, etc. I didn't have any of those symptoms, but then you do get people who have no symptoms whatsoever and it ends up being something very serious. So I was obviously very worried, and I couldn't find anyone online who ended up being fine. My experience of everything was that I would go on to a forum, say for instance, and somebody would post on it saying, oh, I have a neck lump, please help, I'm really, really scared. And I'd be like, yeah, me too, what was the answer? Somebody would reply being like, oh, go see your radiologist, your doctor, your GP, whatever else. Person would be like, yeah, great, thanks. Didn't hear back. And everybody on the forum would be like, what happened? Are you alive? Are you okay? So it would always be the people who did unfortunately have cancer who would reply saying, yep, it was cancer. But yeah, that was my experience, was that I could not find a single person who had gotten through this and it was nothing, that it was just enlarged lymph nodes or sometimes reactive lymph nodes. It was entirely people who did end up developing Hodgkin's lymphoma mainly. And the point of this video is not to negate any of those experiences or discussions or writing or people who speak about their experiences. I don't want to negate any of that or make that seem insignificant, and I don't want this video to be a reason for people not to go and get checked, because you really should go and get checked, because some people don't even have any symptoms, like not even a lump on their neck, and they could still have cancer. If you are watching this video and you have a lump on your neck and you're very concerned, definitely do go and get checked out. But I'm fine, I'm here, it was just lymph nodes and a little nodule here, I'm fine. all going well. I have to go for a checkup in 6 months and make sure they don't change size or anything else, but other than that, I'm fine. You are probably fine as well, but it is that little niggling probably that you really should go and get an ultrasound or something. And you know, maybe following that experience, I might recommend that you get a biopsy, etc, etc. But yeah, moral of the story is that there are people out there like me who don't have cancer. They didn't get cancer from a neck lump. So try not to worry if you are in a frantic internet frenzy search right now, because I know exactly how that feels. I know exactly how it feels to not be able to come across anybody who actually came out okay. Yeah, that is about it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope it helped one person. I don't know if anybody even watched this video. Hopefully somebody did, but I don't know. Yeah, so feel free to discuss your own experiences down below in the comments. I would love to hear them. And yeah, thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you are all happy and healthy as can be. And if you are watching this video and you do have a if you're watching this video and you have a lump on your neck, then I really hope you're okay. I'm sure you are. The very, very strong chance is that you are absolutely fine, but do go and get checked. It's very important that you do. Okay, love you all. Bye. I didn't put the fucking hand near enough. Okay, goodbye.